which chain, Ethereum, Solana, or XDC, is the best smart contract protocol and what will have the most adoption in the long term. So a lot of people know about Ethereum. Obviously, it's the second largest market cap next to Bitcoin. People consider it a blue chip cryptocurrency, a mainstay, like it's not going to go anywhere. When it comes to that, I think that there's some pretty significant headwinds, but that's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss which one of these networks is likely going to win out in the long term and why that might be the case. Let's run down Ethereum first, like we discussed. Ethereum has high gas fees. Latency on the network takes a while to land. Even with the migration from proof of work to proof of stake, it really hasn't solved the scalability of the network. And so we've seen that a lot of these NFTs and DApps and smart contracts have now shifted their volume over to Solana's network, even though it does go down occasionally. It is much faster and much cheaper to transact on Solana's network. I think that's why it's gained market share. We've seen it run from, at the low after FTX last year. It was all the way down to like $7 or $9 at one point. And now we're back up, to the 100 we've touched there. The all-time high was $240 something, and it could get back there again. If you're getting more volume on the network and more people are using it, that's when you see price tend to run up on things. Let's talk about XDC's network, or Zenfin, and why somebody might utilize that versus Solana. Solana batches and settles payments within 4 seconds. XDC is only 2 seconds for the block size, which is half the time. The fees on Solana are still, I wouldn't say negligible. They can be meaningful, but they're significantly less than the alternative, which is Ethereum for most people. But, XDC is actually like 0.00000 XDC per transaction, which at the current price is next to nothing because XDC's price is around. And we can see, again, more volume on the network. They position themselves for TradeFi as the primary use case. And because of that, they have to be KYC, AML compliant. They have to have Know Your Customer integrated with the network and the systems to be able to scale there. And Solana doesn't have that. So that's one of the things that Solana doesn't have an edge over XDC for. Now, I would say that the network is more mature than XDC, again, because people have been building on it longer. XDC was launched as an ERC20 token, and it's migrated now to an XRC20 token. And because of that, it is EVM compatible. The EVM is the Ethereum virtual machine. So you could take, things that were coded in Python and Solidity and built out on Ethereum's network and migrate them very easily, or rehypothecate them over on XDC's network almost seamlessly. There would still need to be some changes for the integration and full-scale operation there, but pretty simple. The way Solana works is they have a two-way bridge with Ethereum. So they're not EVM compatible, but you can swap tokens back and forth from Ethereum's network onto Solana's network through that two-way bridge. So now we're going to get into some of the key components of Solana's ecosystem and XDC's ecosystem, and talk about, what's being built there and some of the use cases that people are using them for. So Solana's network does have the Serum DEX, which is a decentralized exchange. And again, that's that cross-chain asset trading. It's got its own order book built into that. It's a fantastic product. You've got Radium, which is an AMM, or an automated market maker, built out on Solana. And that enables fast trades, and they have an innovative yield earning feature that's built into that. You got Coin89 Finance. It's a comprehensive DeFi solution supporting a variety of services and seamless token swaps on Solana. So if you're trading things, if you're swapping other tokens or assets that have been issued on that network, makes it super easy. And then you've got Solanium, which is a decentralized platform for Solana-based project launches, emphasizing ease of use and governance. So it allows people to easily launch a token on top of Solana's network. And that may be a reason that, again, that network's been built out. There have been more people that have migrated there. It's been used more on the NFT like art phase of that application. And so hopefully over time, there'll be more real world use cases built out on top of that network. Like I said, it does have low latency and low fees in comparison to Ethereum, but not quite as low or as fast as XDC's network. So here are some of the other things that have been built out on XDC's network that are currently providing value for the people that are utilizing it. So you've got Ledger Mail, which is a blockchain-powered decentralized email service prioritizing data security and your user rights. So you'll own your own data when you're utilizing that protocol to send emails or messages on that chain. You got Plugin, which is a decentralized Oracle platform for cost-effective data solutions on XDC's network. So I want to touch on this. You have to have an Oracle that's interoperable with these networks to be able to scale them long-term for actual real-world applications. And Oracle is what takes data from the real world. You put it into the Oracle, it reads it, puts it in a way that the blockchain can use that data, and it passes it on-chain so that it can be read by the smart contracts to then be able to facilitate whatever transaction is going to take place. So like if-then statements, if you're familiar with coding at all, if this happens, then this happens. So if this piece of data says yes, then this is the train of transactions that take place. If this doesn't happen, then this is the train of transaction that takes place. One of the other applications that's being built out on XinFin's network is BlockScan. It's a block explorer for XDC and Ethereum, and it aims to have seamless search experience. So if you want to look up a transaction, maybe from a wallet or a user, XDC's network is KYC AML compliant. So a lot of the applications that are built out there, that's inherent. If you want to look somebody up or some tracked transactions that they executed, it should be far easier than on Ethereum's network. One of the other applications is StorX, which is a decentralized cloud storage system offering secure and anonymous data storage. Pretty cool application. I haven't seen that offered anywhere else. Blockdegree, which is an educational platform offering blockchain development courses. As this technology becomes more prevalent and it's used in other applications, we're going to need ways to be able to educate people on how to code and utilize this technology within infrastructure and enterprise solutions. And the developers that understand this stuff and are able to use it now are few and far between, and they charge a premium. So definitely going to need the education in the future. I've run you down a lot of different things here. Some people are going to say, Solana's fast enough and cheap enough, we'll just keep using that network. The only thing that I would say is different from Solana and XDC when you really get down to the brass tacks is the EVM compatible component versus the cross-chain bridge. The other one is Solana's network does go down. I don't want to say frequently, but infrequently, and that can cause some problems if you are trying to process transactions or do things there. And both of these platforms are great for DApps and DeFi protocols and smart contracts. I think that both of them will continue to have things develop on top of them. So it's up to you to decide which is the best. Ethereum, a lot of people, again, consider as a blue chip crypto, and it has a high price. We'll see what ends up playing out. Alta Vista, Napster, first movers in certain spaces, you don't even remember them. You use Google now. As things progress, it'll probably take the next 5 or 10 years. We're going to see giants that come out of this space, the networks that are here to stay, that are the underlying network that the majority of the population uses to transact. Will probably aggregate, somewhere between 70 and 80% of the market share for different components. Personally, I'll give you my opinion here. Speculation. I think XDC is probably poised for that, and probably, we've seen a lot of upside in Solana. And I will say this, the supply of tokens on Solana's network is significantly less than that of what's on XDC's network. And XDC still has a ton of tokens that are in escrow or not on the open market, and those will be put out over time to be able to continue to add liquidity to the network. If you're looking for an investment on price appreciation, I think they're both great opportunities, especially with the Bitcoin halving that's coming up. We've got an ETF that's just launched. We've got more interest now than we have in a little while, and I think we have regulations coming in as well. Got a lot of tailwinds behind crypto as a whole, and with that, could definitely see some substantial price appreciation on a lot of these assets. So tell me in the comments below, which do you think? Is it Ethereum that's going to win out? Is it Solana? Or are you a fan of XDC? If you haven't liked and subscribed, we'd love to have you do so, and we'll see you guys on the next one.